So they don't know that they are even excluded.
And
Yet,
they're
they're comfortable the way they are. Why would you want to change? So, with that said, technology should not in any way.
We are not yet ready.
Yes, we are not ready to continue
Maybe
with technology
in 2030.
to push forward this agenda for DFS.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of applause for the team. Thank you very much. Now we're going to start now having that dialogue between the teams. If you picked any point that you like really aggressively want to disagree with it, just go for it. Shoot.
Okay, so I would like to go on the gender issue. Belinda, I am very surprised to hear this from you. You are a woman. You're financially included. Your parents took you to school. They wanted to make sure that you are among the best Tanzanians in the country. When you say that Tanzania is not ready, look at where mobile money has taken the Tanzanians. 56% of Tanzanians are financially included simply because they have a mobile phone.
I think it's not for the leader, that was
For the TV.
Yes.
I just want to attack her.
What we are saying, those who have been included technologically, they are already included. For us to get those who are not included at the moment, we need something else apart from technology.
Yes.
If we go the technological way, we will still leave them behind. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, even to identify that how much have we closed the gap when it comes to financial inclusion for women, we need to do lots of research. And if we do this research, where will we keep them? Where will they record them best if we don't use technology? So I still think, and I strongly agree, that we need to use technology. I understand that most of the women in the rural areas would be afraid of technology, but we can take them simple technology and it could actually help them. Women are the best people who are actually saving. In a family, the women do save more than men. So if we actually give them the right tools to use and how to, they would actually change this world.
Perhaps I would ask a question. And my question is, the way she concluded, I feel like she was actually trying to say we are not ready to use technology. So does it mean if we have a technology right now, we should stop until everybody is actually ready to use it? Good. So that we can actually use that technology, or we should continue to use the technology while actually making sure we bring the rest of the left behinds into using the same technology.
So, to your point, what are you recommending? What should be the way forward when it comes to DFS technology and leveraging it or not?
Technology has an opportunity to give us breakthrough in so many things that we are doing, and we should not shy away from technology. What I believe, we should embrace technology and make sure we use it effectively in actually improving our lives and improving everything that we are doing that is not efficiently done right now. So for me, we should go ahead and embrace technology and making sure we bring the left behinds into the same level. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So the case is Tanzania, remember? And we looked at the current trends in technology. And we are still there. Winners, what do you think?
I think we are not ready.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
So we should stop.
Yeah, we should stop. What we should do is try to set out infrastructure.
Okay.
Make that we have a better infrastructure that will be able to accommodate everybody. With the current situation of technology, when we try to move forward, those who are left behind will still be left behind. Because every day infrastructure is improving. Today we are using a pin. Next time something may be difficult for them. So we should set up appropriate infrastructure that will be able to accommodate all of us, including the poor, illiterate, women, so that we can chip in together. Otherwise, it will be something of inequality to the community.
Okay.
So you want to tell me that even the mobile money now, this is technology. You want to tell me that we are not supposed to be using the mobile money because it's technology and we're leaving some people behind?
No, the question here is, should we continue with this agenda in the country? This should not be the only agenda.
No one said it's the only agenda.
The question is, should we or shouldn't we?
Mezima.
No.
The question is, should we or we shouldn't?
We shouldn't.
We
No,
should.
We're not ready.
We should. Rome was not built in one day, and all this technology we can't stop the world to build the technology and make sure that we have everybody on board. We should go in phases, start step by step. That's why we actually have progress, 56%. Then we can get the rest of
I'm
the
telling
team
you,
that is not
the way
included.
you said right, the way technology is moving right now, it's becoming simpler and simpler. Because right now we instead of actually, for example, using PIN, we are seeing opportunities that are coming in technology where you use biometric identification,
Even
voice
simpler.
recognition, iris reading. So you can go do transaction by just pressing a finger on a machine and it's done. So it's actually going to be simpler than what we are doing right now. For example, with the current technology, you have to use USSD. You go like 7 or 8 steps to do one transaction. Perhaps in the future, that's not going to be the case, because the most important thing, once we have identity management and we know you can even speak to your phone to do a transfer, a transaction from your bank account and send it to somebody else. So I think the technology is going to make life more simpler than what we are using right now. And I think the best way is to adopt it instead of actually shying it
Which-
away.
I don't have a phone. Do I have? I must have a phone for me to be financial.
We will put outlets in where you can go and actually speak to the machine out in every different points.
But even the
Technology,
issue
yes,
of
technology.
identity, I gave an example of a hospital. If you go to the hospital today, you don't need to have an ID. But if you want to know me digitally, and we understand the issue of identification in the country, there are 5 different copies, they expire after some time. So if someone has only one voter's ID, which is renewed once in 5 years, honestly, if it is lost and they forgot their PIN somehow, until when we wait for this technology, for that they can speak to it. So do they need to wait for technology to advance for them to access their funds then? No, this technology, honestly,
Speak
Bado.
to it. I like that.
we are not there.
Jacqueline, I see you smiling. What are you thinking?
I'm always joining group level.
Woohoo!
You can do a physical move. I just want to see what's
Bring
happening.
the baby,
Isn't
bring the
Candice
baby
here?
too.
Candice,
Give us
We
your
have a
points,
traitor.
Candice.
No,
In our
Candice
group.
actually has sent something, a message on the group.
Yes.
Maybe I can read, or
She's reading your message now. Hang on.
She says the further growth of DFS depends on continuous adoption of current and new tech to improve existing services, make things faster, safer, more inclusive. Literacy in Tanzania actually is quite high, around 75%. Education and math is the problem. Belinda, people with no electricity. Solar power is the new technology, but it's not for free. Again, we're talking about poor Tanzanians. Eh?
We
These
never
people
said
are
we
already.
anything for free on this world.
Yes, Candice.
Okay, let's give Candice a chance. Candice, come on.
I think Belinda actually makes the case for us. Every reason you have cited the people have challenges with technology, we can actually solve with more technology.
we can say more.
Let me give you an example. Let's look at something like M-Pesa, yeah? So when we wanted to launch M-Pesa, the prescribed channel to launch M-Pesa services was SDK. Does anybody remember what SDK was?
Yeah, SIM toolkit.
Yeah, it's a horrible thing that was programmed on the SIM card. In order to be able to roll that out, we would have had to reissue SIM cards throughout the customer base, right? However, we adopted to it was deepest to it was new technology at that point of time. Therefore, enabling customers to directly access without having to go to a shop and read their SIM. This is just an example to see that the core of DFS relies on its adaptation of new technologies to see where is the problem, how can we use this new technology to solve it. Let us look at, I touched it with the group previously, but maybe let me highlight on it. A lot of the issues which we face currently with DFS is associated around risk, correct? I mean, you have social engineering, people stealing your funds, and what do you call that? So many issues where people misplace their pins and everything. Imagine now if we could adapt technology whereby people who had problems with numbers, people had problems with passwords, didn't need to use them. We would find another way, maybe voice recognition, maybe fingerprints, to enable them to authorize services and therefore address some of the challenges that were very rightly touched upon. People have problems with technology because we don't understand it, it's difficult. But we must recognize that technology is adaptation to what we want to do. Is actually the solution to this problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Candice. Thank you, Candice. I see this other team shaking their heads aggressively. Unfortunately, you can't see them, but they are shaking their heads aggressively. Omari, say something. Should we not?
Basically, we should not. Yeah, because as you know, most of African countries, especially Tanzania, we are behind. And especially, let's talk about the rural women. They don't have access to advanced tools. Let's talk about a smartphone maybe, and even the feature phones, they don't have them. So if we talk about financial inclusion and digital finance issues to these rural women, actually we are lefting them behind, and at the end they will be financially excluded, and then we cannot meet the maybe even the millennium development goals. So I'm not supporting this motion.
Super cool. I think we sort of have like a deadlock. But
No,
what
we already have someone joining this team, so it cannot be a deadlock. Someone and their baby are joining the team. Hey.
Okay. So what we're going to do is I'll request each teams to like sort of summarize your points. I will look at the number of points that we have, and that can be done later outside of this meeting and shared in the WhatsApp group. Based on the number of points that we have, because I already know the members of the teams, there's a gift for the team that will have the strongest argument. Okay? The strongest argument based on the number of points that we shall get. However, I believe this exercise has been quite helpful in terms of getting us to think about what are some of the challenges that we currently have. I understand that technology, like right now, is really driven by also the availability of network, right? A majority of us in this room work for an MNO organization, yeah? And we all understand about 3G, 2G, 4G, and all that. And technology, again, when you come to this other sophisticated that uses apps and all that, is really dependent on the backbone that's carrying it and all that. So as we think about these things, yeah? As we think about these things and challenge ourselves, it's always important to also use research data, like you have highlighted smartphone penetration rate, being aware of what those indicators are telling you as you develop your product is very, very critical. So having said that, we will finalize this discussion in the WhatsApp group as we summarize the points to say, should we really leverage current technologies for digital financial services in Tanzania, or should we not? And thank you very much for participating in this debate.
Can we just stick to the points that we've discussed here, because the group one had like only 3 points?